Hey, Sally.
Hey Zach, how's it going?
Good. How's your day going so far?
Good, it's been a busy day.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel like it's been a busy year.
yeah. Yeah, totally. It's been a busy year. It's been
Yeah.
a busy 2 years.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Have you been just working from home lately?
Yeah, I've been working from home like basically since the pandemic
Oh my God.
started. And so good times.
Good times. Let them roll.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. What about you? Are you working from home
I
mostly
I
or?
have been. It's been an interesting time. A lot of online things. Just as much as you had to pivot, you had to shift, you had to learn, and constantly things are changing, aren't they?
Every day? Every day it feels wild.
Yeah.
Just when you think like you're getting a handle on it and you think this is going to be this is it, this is what's going to work, it's like surprise, there's all
Curveball.
stuff. Yeah, exactly. Don't get too excited, don't get comfortable.
You really can't. And I think this pandemic has kept everyone on their tippy toes.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
we're dancing. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Do you come from a background of technology or web development or websites and all that stuff prior? Or how did you start the virtual market? Because I think it's fantastic. Like I told you, that's amazing.
Thanks. So no, I wish I had come from that kind of background
Mhm.
because this whole process probably would have been significantly easier. But no, I didn't. I definitely come from a small business background. That's what I did in university. That's what I did in my career for many, many years. But this got started because I guess if I'm good at something, it's bringing people together, connecting people,
Mm.
making people feel um, safe and united. And so I have run kind of a lot of different groups within Facebook, basically community groups where people come in and talk and, get to know each other.
Mhm.
And so when I had heard all of the closures for craft markets and local
Yeah.
craft fairs, I was like, first, my background in business, like they've been preparing for this for months, thinking they were going to have this and getting their stock and putting, all of their time into preparing. And then just to have it canceled was like, well, that doesn't make sense. We as a community can do better. We as a community can make sure that, we can still help people. And so I was just like, yeah, you know what? I can throw something together.
Love it.
And I did. And surprise, it's like, it's been amazing.
And it's not just one vendor. I mean, you've got hundreds now or up there, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've supported in the last 12 months just over 400.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah.
Congrats. Aren't you proud of yourself though? Because all those fundamental things, like you said, bringing people together, community, all these things, skill sets from Facebook communities that you built, you're able to put this together.
Yeah. I don't know if I've gotten to the point where I'm proud of myself, but I'm definitely proud of the vendors because they create amazing things. And if they didn't, I could do whatever I wanted and people wouldn't buy from them because their product sucks. And
Mhm.
that's not the case. We have incredible vendors who are amazingly dedicated to, their craft.
Right.
And then we have shoppers who are really going out of their way to support them and to support the people in their community and to make that extra step to shop local.
Mhm.
And so I think if I'm proud of anyone, it's them for sure.
Now more than ever, we need to shop local. I mean, we've always needed to, but as the web just opens up and things are getting cheaper through Amazon, it scares me
Yeah.
to see our local markets and vendors go out of business because, well, shipping costs are ridiculous. And I know you've probably seen that in from a local standpoint. If we want to buy something from Edmonton here, oh my God, it's 15, 20 bucks. Amazon, free.
Free. And you get it in like 24 hours.
Or less, or same day.
Or same day. It's wild. But so people see that convenience, but then what people are like not maybe recognizing is like Amazon basics, looks really cool. But then it's like, no, that's Amazon realizing what's selling really well, making it, prioritizing their advertisement and putting that other business out of business.
That's actually I actually saw a documentary on that. They do that. So you could sell on Amazon, but once you become a bestseller, they will go to the manufacturer. They'll go
They'll
and
take
find.
your product.
That's
Yeah, that's
so you're
insane.
pretty much like a data research for them, a
Yeah,
test to see. Oh,
yeah.
that product sells. Okay, great. Let's
Oh,
make.
okay, perfect. We'll make it and we'll make more money on it. It's not enough to just like be a great platform to sell, and get money, make money that way. Now you have to go that step further, and it's wild.
Push your
And
own
so,
vendors out of the marketplace.
yeah,
My
yeah.
gosh.
And I think like the key is it's like everything in life, moderation. You don't have to go out and spend every dollar you earn locally. That would be amazing if you did.
But
But just spend some. That's it. Just focus on spending some of your money here in the community that you live in, and the change and impact you can have on your community and the people that live in your community is mind blowing.
yeah. Where did you learn this from? Community is important because we don't see that often, especially in a time where things are moving so fast and so rapidly. People are like, just the community. That's the last thing you think about nowadays. You put that on the forefront of everything you do.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I was chatting with my mom about it recently, and she's like, Sally, do you remember those jackets you sold in high school? And I was like, oh my God, yeah, I do. Like, and at first I was like, that's embarrassing. Like, yeah, yeah, I do remember those jackets. But then I started thinking a little bit more about the story, and it was a project to make money for our yearbooks. So in high school, our yearbooks, the price was going up and we weren't able to afford to get yearbooks for our school. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. If I go to people, I know they'll be like, yes, let's make sure everybody gets a yearbook. So why don't I just figure out a way to like raise that money? And so I sold these jackets, and now I look back, they're hilarious. Yeah. They're these red, white, and blue jackets, and they had Lakers across the back of them. And you could not go 5 feet in my hometown without seeing one of these jackets. Like everybody in the community had one, from grandmas to they were getting shipped, because everybody wanted everyone to have a yearbook. And so it's like, oh, okay, I'll buy this jacket. I get something in return for that. Like, sure, let's we both win. People are inherently good. People want to help each other. We just need to make it a little bit easier. And that's what the virtual market does.
Has it been difficult for vendors to come on board with you and get the word out there virtually versus in person? Like, you go to a flea market or you go somewhere, a Christmas market, you can all come together and walk around, see things you like, purchase it or not purchase it. Online, I mean, it is easier for myself just to go online and purchase locally versus go to a Christmas carol, or a Christmas market, I guess. Mm-hmm. Are you seeing more people online versus?
Yes. So it's a complicated question. Yes, definitely. We are seeing a lot of success online. Mm-hmm. Currently, because we do a lot of our work through Facebook, we're currently we have a website and we're moving our business and this business onto our website. But right now there are a lot of restrictions that come from Facebook. And so whenever you're dealing with the algorithm, you have to be the most popular and put the most, and so that can be really tough. And that's been something we've struggled with over this last year. But as we pivot and as we learn, we're taking the steps to be better. I can say that many of my vendors have grown significantly in their business this past year, over years previously.
Well, it's tough as a
Um,
vendor just to be by yourself out there. First, learn how to create a website, manage your accounting, manage your product, create new products, market it.
Market it.
That's the tough part, rather than a one-stop shop where if I'm a vendor, I can just come to the virtual market, put it on there.
Mhm.
Now I'm focused on building new things that I enjoy doing, the crafts, the art,
Yeah.
and leave it to you guys to market it out there. And as a vendor, I wouldn't mind even giving a royalty or a percentage because I think that's fantastic. You know,
Yeah.
you guys are doing the marketing. So regardless, I would have to hire someone for marketing or learn it and all these things. Leave it in Sally's hand. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's going well. I would say that the biggest thing people come back and say, well, like, isn't that Etsy? Isn't that what Etsy does?
Mhm.
But I got an email from Etsy last week and it was like, hey, Sally, click here to find to shop local. And it's always the like hashtag shop local. You see what vendors are in your area. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like, cool. I'm going to click on here and let me see how many of my vendors are
Oh,
on there that I work with, because that would be a really cool thing. I could reach out to them and say, hey, how exciting. Like, look, I just got this email from Betsy and it featured you. And so I put it in and I put in all
mhm.
my information and it popped up with like 15 different vendors. And I think maybe 2 of them were even Canadian. The rest of them were from the US and I was like, man, that is not shop local. That is, but
No,
you're like tricked into thinking that like,
because it's an
because
art or a
it's,
craft, it's local.
yeah,
Ah,
that it's local and it's not. And so it's just getting that message out there. But once people hear it,
they know.
they're like, yeah, I'm with you. They want to
Hmm.
do it. And so, thanks to people like you for putting me in places
You're
where people
welcome.
can hear it.
No, there's another, I guess, a brand. I don't know what they're up to. Shop Local or Shop Local YYC or Shop Local Canada.
Okay.
Have you heard of them?
There was an app that was
Was
something
there?
about,
It was an app or a website. I remember like, I don't know if they're still around, but there's not much out there now for a virtual market, is there?
no, no, there's really not. And I think the key is that anyone can start a virtual market for sure. You could start one tomorrow and probably get vendors. The hardest part is getting shoppers. And I will say that that is something that I have been able to do well.
And that's not easy. Holy
No,
smokes.
no, because you can start anything and it's the same as everyone's business.
Hmm.
You can start your own website to sell your stuff. You can start your own Instagram to promote your stuff, but you need to get people interested in it. And
And
that's
having that
something that,
exchange. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And that's something we've fortunately been able to do really well.
Right. So if I'm a vendor and I want to join, what does it take to join the virtual market?
Yeah, so you would go on our website and there's just a little button. It says become a vendor. You would click on it and there's an application
Okay,
process.
cool. So very simple to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
super
awesome.
easy. Yeah.
Now, out of the vendors you've helped are primarily in Alberta. Is that where they are located?
Yeah, the majority of them are in
Hmm.
Calgary.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't even know we had
So
that many vendors.
yeah, it's crazy. And to
Yeah,
see how much money we have been able to keep in this city
pretty
is
cool.
super motivating.
No, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier about this, but you really want to stay in your home city right now and figure out what you want to do here before moving ahead throughout Canada or other places. Do you see in 2022 different places that you'll be allowing or accepting in as vendors?
100%.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yes. That is absolutely the plan. We have branched out a little bit into Red Deer, and I've
Hmm.
started in Fort McMurray. I'm from Newfoundland originally, and so I do have 2 markets going there. We're just collecting vendors for those spaces right now. So I've already started kind of the little bit of a branch out, but my focus is definitely on Calgary and getting Calgary moving super smooth
This is
before
your
I.
pilot. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Do you see that we'll be able to reduce the cost of shipping for Canadians and individuals? Because I mean, how will we ever compete against an Amazon?
Yeah. I think the only way to compete is to really focus on shopping where you live. There are a ton of vendors that I have that
Hmm.
you could go on there today, place an order, and pick it up in a couple of hours.
Oh, and there's no shipping cost or anything.
Yeah, there's no shipping cost. You can just go
Ah,
pick it up. A lot of people are, delivering, and they will batch deliver. So they'll say, hey, you can order, my next delivery date is this. If you want me to deliver it, it's here. If not, you can pick it up tonight.
oh, that's fantastic. Okay, I like that.
So I think that like we just have to step outside of that like Amazon Prime delivery to me in 24 hours and recognize that like you can get the same level of service. It just might take you one extra step, but then that one extra step means so much to someone else and where you live.
I read a quote once that said, when you purchase from a small mom and pop, they do this little happy dance.
An actual person.
Yeah, an
Yes,
actual
an
person does it.
actual person does a
So
happy
true,
dance.
isn't it?
Yeah,
When
it's
I
so
mean
true.
your first vendor or your first sale for that vendor, how happy were you?
Oh my gosh. Like honestly, Zach, the number of times that I have cried through in this last year with like tears of pure joy is like I can't even count,
Oh my
because
gosh.
when you get those stories from people and like they are legitimately, you can look on my Instagram and see some of the testimonials that people have, but this has genuinely changed their business. And that's not me. That's not, that is other people being like, I am going to
Hmm.
support people in my community.
Right,
That's what it is. It doesn't happen without that.
right. Through the pandemic, are you seeing people support more in terms of the locally, or are you seeing less of it because they're cautious? Sorry.
Yeah, so it's tough. I mean, the BDC put out a survey recently,
Hmm.
and the results were that 97% of Canadians want to support local. And that's incredible. We
That's
think,
huge.
wow, 97%,
Yeah.
that's amazing. But then on the flip side of that, I believe the number was 43%. 43% of Canadians could actually say, I purchased something local this year. So that difference is so big, and we need to close that gap significantly. And I
Hmm.
think the biggest hurdle is that people think it's too hard, and they think it's never going to rival the Amazon, it's never going to give me the convenience of this, or what difference is that $100 that I'm going to spend make in my community. But it's that $100 on top of the next 100 on top of the next 100 that when we group them together,
Right.
it's unbelievable.
Oh my goodness. Wow. So as a vendor, I can do that. As a shopper, where do we go? Do we have to join a Facebook group, or do we have to go on the website? How can a user or a shopper go find your vendors to shop at?
Yeah, sure. So there's two different ways. Um, the first one and the most effective one right now is in the virtual market group on Facebook. For sure.
Okay.
That's where we have the most number of vendors. But we do have a website, which is thevirtualmarket.ca. You can go in there and click vendors, and there is a whole gamut of people that are on there. And it just links you to their websites, their social medias, so you can find vendors to support in your
Mhm.
area on the
Mhm.
website if you're not comfortable with social
For
media.
sure. Now, Sally, how would you benefit from that if they're going outside the virtual market to find a vendor and purchase from that vendor without working with you or those?
I
'Cause
don't,
that,
yeah, I don't worry about it.
oh, that is amazing.
Yeah, it's like, find them, here you go, here's a resource. The vendors pay me a membership fee,
Oh, so you
and
don't care about the other part of it all.
I don't care if you sell 100 million units. Amazing. That's fantastic. I just need to make enough money to keep this website going and to keep
Absolutely.
this.
Yeah.
I don't need to, I don't need to. Etsy last year sold for 9.2 billion. I'm
Oh
okay.
my
Like,
goodness.
I don't need to be an Etsy. That's
No,
totally okay. I genuinely just want these vendors to be successful.
that's amazing. And is there other virtual markets out there right now in Calgary, or are you the only one right now doing this?
Yeah, I'm the only one right now.
Oh, yes,
So,
amazing.
I mean, like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
And I look
Don't give
forward to
anyone
supporting
ideas,
you.
Zach.
I look forward. Exactly right. Next,
Yeah,
new project.
yeah, exactly. Zach opens a virtual
Yeah.
market.
Virtualmarket2.0.com.
Yeah.
No, that's fantastic. And, I look forward to going on it and obviously supporting you on this. And if there's any things that I could do or any of us can do, please do let me know because I think what you're doing is amazing. And I am so proud of you for pulling this together.
Oh, thank
Not
you so
easy.
much. Yeah, it has been a labor of love, that
Mm,
is for sure. But thanks so much for
no
having
problem.
me.
Thank you,
And
Sally.
it's the sharing and the engaging, it helps so much. So thank you.
Absolutely. My
Thank you.
pleasure. And thank you again. And I hope you have a good Christmas and we'll get together one of these days. And maybe if I'm a vendor, I will come on. But until then, I'll definitely be a shopper on there. So
Awesome. We
thank you
appreciate it
again.
so much.
All right. Bye for now, Sally.
Thanks. Bye.